What is the heaviest block in Minecraft? Could it be a block of gold? Maybe bedrock? Or maybe even a block of netherite? The heaviest block is probably even more heavier than you were thinking of. This is what it looks like. Now you can try and guess what the heaviest block is. If you don't know, a block in Minecraft is 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter. This will be very important when we start calculating the weights. Let's start with some very basic blocks, an oak log and stone. The average freshly cut oak log weighs around 1,000 kilograms per cubic meter. On the other hand, natural stone weighs around 2,500 kilograms per cubic meter. Now let's look at two other stones that are found deeper in the world. Deep slate, also known as slate in the real world, has an average density of 2,800 kilograms per cubic meter. Bedrock's density is actually very similar to deep slate's density, coming in at around 2,750 kilograms per cubic meter. Now let's look at ores that are found in the game. Here are the weights of all of the ores. We can see that gold absolutely destroys the rest in weight. If we assume that netherite is a gold-cobalt alloy, then the weight of it is 112,932 kilograms. Wow, that's a lot, but that's still not the heaviest we can go. Now let's address the water bucket. Water can be duplicated in many different ways, theoretically making it weigh an infinite amount. But I'm not going to count that because an infinite amount feels like cheating. However, even one water bucket can fill an absolutely massive amount of space. Doing the math, we can see that one bucket of water weighs around 604 trillion kilograms, or around 1.3 quadrillion pounds. That is almost 3 million Statues of Liberties in weight. But we're still not done yet. Since water freezes to ice and ice melts into water, ice has the same weight as water does. The crafting recipe for packed ice is just 9 ice, and the crafting recipe for blue ice is 9 packed ice. That means the weight exponentially scales, which means blue ice's weight is almost 50 trillion kilograms. Now we're almost 5% there to the mass of an asteroid. Now the next step is to put a lot of blue ice in a shulker box. If we do the math, then the blue ice weighs 84 quadrillion kilograms. That's 84 times the weight of the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. But wait, don't we need to account for the weight of the shulker box? Well, we don't know how much a shulker shell weighs in real life, so we can just account for the weight of the chest. The chest weighs around 2,000 kilograms, which is minuscule compared to the weight of the blue ice. However, I will still account for it. Here is the final weight of the shulker box full of blue ice. The shulker box comes with another question. Which dye is the heaviest? It turns out that blue dye is the heaviest because it can be crafted from lapis. Since one lapis lazuli can be crafted into one blue dye, the weight of a blue dye is the same as a lapis lazuli. So the weight of one piece of blue dye is approximately 311 kilograms. So adding that to the weight brings us to this number. There is still one final step we can do to improve the weight of the shulker box. We can put the stacks of blue ice in bundles, more specifically blue ones. To find the weight of a bundle, we need to first find the weight of leather. The average dairy cow produces about 5 kilograms of leather. And on average, each cow in Minecraft drops 1 leather, which means the weight of leather is also 5 kilograms. Also need to find the weight of string because one bundle is crafted with 1 leather and 1 string. Since we know that 4 string crafts into wool, the weight of string would be 1/4 the weight of wool. The weight of wool is around 1,300 kilograms. So the weight of one piece of string is around 327 kilograms, which is a lot considering that string is only 2 pixels wide and less than a pixel tall. Adding the weights of leather, string, and the blue dye, the final weight is 643 kilograms for one blue bundle. And here is the final weight of the shulker box. Here is the weight of the unchanged shulker box. You can see we improved it by about 2 iron blocks worth of weight. For now, this is the heaviest block you can have in your inventory. This is where I'm ending part 1 of this series. If you have any suggestions, please put them in the comments. In part 2, we will push the weight to its limits. And goodbye.